Hello, my friends. Happy May. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Right? I think it's supposed to be 4th. But I am coming in at the wire today. It's been kind of a crazy day. But I wanted to share my first sneak peek of the new catalog product. So tomorrow, May 5th, is the launch of the new Stampin' Up catalog. So I can't show you anything inside, but tomorrow I will have a new video for you, and we'll do a walkthrough video at some point this week. In case you don't have it in your hot little hands, I'll be able to share with you some of my favorites. But let's go ahead and share with you my first video, which is going to be a sneak peek of the Moonlit Flora Suite. And it's something that's a little bit outside of my typical selection for product to play with, but it's just really unique, and I think you're going to like it. So let's go ahead and flip this around, and we will highlight this one for you. So as I said, it's called Moonlit Flora, and you'll see why in a second. This is the brand new catalog coming out tomorrow, May 5th. So much happening tomorrow. So we've got the new catalog launch. We've got online exclusives, which includes a Winnie the Pooh suite collection for those of us in the United States. We've got a new product of the month, a new 2 new kits from the kit collection, and there's a new join promotion. So if you've ever considered joining Stampin' Up either to host classes and events or just to kind of get a discount on your favorite products, now would be a great time, because with this new join promotion, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of some ink colors. This will be one of my videos later in the week. With the new join promotion, we're getting 5 new ink pads for the 5 new ink colors. These are 2 of the 5, Golden Glow and Peaceful Pine. And these are the new style of stamp cases. So starting in 2027, our ink pads will be in this new magnetic case. Isn't that amazing? And they are really, they magnet together, which is fantastic. They are felt based instead of foam based, so it'll be a little bit different, and I'll teach you how to use those as we go through the week this week. But if you wanted to get 5 of these for free, the 5 new ink colors, you can actually join Stampin' Up in May, from May 5th to May 31st. For the usual $99 plus tax, you get $125 worth of product of your choice, and you can either pick the 5 new magnetic ink colors in the 5 ink colors, the new ink colors, or you can get $35 extra product of your choice in your starter kit for that same $99 plus tax. So this is an amazing value, because these are $14 a piece, which means it's a $60 value if you were to pick the in color pack. So just something to think about this week as I'm showing you all this new stuff and all the stuff that you're going to want to have for yourself. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit better. All right, so let's take a look at this collection. So we have the Fern and Flora stamp set. So you can see there's some, there's 4 sentiments: sincere thanks, the world is a better place, you make the world a better place, thankful for you, and you're an amazing friend. And then some flowery elements, some butterflies, some fernery, I was going to say fernery, greenery, and then some background stuff, and the template for like the sentiments, which you can actually fit all 4 sentiments in that. And then there's the coordinating die, so you can cut out that stamped sentiment, you can cut out the butterflies and the flowers and the fern. There's also some detail bonus dies here too. So we'll play with a little bit of all of that today. Well, we're not going to play with it all, but I'm going to show you most of it today. Then there's the coordinating embossing folder, which is super cute. And then the coordinating embellishments. I'm saving the paper for last because it's so pretty. These are called Dewdrop embellishments. Very cool colors and kind of neutrally colors, right? Green, the blue, Secrecy, and then the white clear ones, which kind of works with everything. All right, so check out this paper. I only have the 6 pieces. You'll get 12 pieces, 2 of each design, because you'll have one that, you know, the front part and then the back part as well. So you can see the back, the B side is very much more tame than the A side, but the A side is just so different. That black background, or some of them are Secret Sea, which is that deep navy, and then just little pops of color in here. And then you've got the back side that is kind of plain on this one. This is the back side actually, with the berry burst. And then you've got this one here, which is one of my favorites. It's just very vibrant, beautiful, and unique paper. Like, it's not something we've had before. So this is the B side again, and actually no, I guess this is the B side, this is the A side, so a little bit more subtle on that one. And then you've got this one, which is partial. I cut off some of it, and you'll see this little butterfly on one of my samples. I made a few samples for you. I do love this. This is soft seafoam. And then this is the last design. Again, you get 2 each of these in the 12 by 12, and then that's the B side. Just to kind of show you what the colors are in here, we've got Berry Burst, Basic Black, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Peaceful Pine, which is one of the new colors. You can see it against Old Olive there. Pecan Pie, Soft Seafoam, Golden Glow, which is another one of the new in colors. Secret Sea, which is last year's in color. One of them. All right, so those are the colors, and of course the white as well. And then I'm going to put together a project for you. Oh, and I forgot to get grid paper for this, but that's okay. I don't think I'll need too much grid paper here. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. And then when I'm done, I will show you some of my other samples. So I actually forgot one stamp here that I need. So I'm going to grab that. And this one is using Soft Seafoam because Soft Seafoam is the background here. And I do believe I stamped off. So let me get a scrap piece of paper. Okay, I'm actually using a piece of the grid sheet paper for the new stamp positioning tool, which is also set to be available tomorrow as well. So lots and lots of amazing stuff that you can actually get your hands on starting tomorrow. So I think that will be a really good day, right? So we're going to just do this little background image repeated down the side here. Like that. I got one little space here, so we'll do that. All right, so that just gives a little bit of texture. I don't know if you can see that. So we're going to stamp that. And then I'm using a couple of pieces of the more muted paper. And I promise I did use some of the more bold stuff on some of my other projects. So I will share that. Actually, you could do, maybe I want to do this. That's kind of pretty. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Let's do that. We'll make this one a little more bold than my original. So I'm actually going to take it off the scrap paper so I can see better. Get it right up against that edge. And then straight down here. And before I attach this, I'm going to actually take some twine. And I'm using the linen thread. I'm going to wrap it twice. And then we're going to tie it in a bow at the bottom. So we'll cut that. I like to tie a knot first to give myself a little bit of stability here. Like so. I finally got the green out from under my thumbnail from last week's paper pumpkin unboxing. And what did I do just before I started the video? I stuck my fingers in ink. So now I have ink under those fingernails. So maybe for my birthday tomorrow, I need to get a manicure and pedicure, or at least a manicure, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow here. And I tied it kind of towards the bottom because we're going to do a little stamping. And we're going to attach that towards the bottom here. So I'm going to trim these down. Like so. Okay, and then I did attach this with some dimensionals. What did I do with my dimensionals? Here, there. And I put several on here just to keep it from sagging because we are popping this little panel up. So don't judge me. I'm going a little crazy, a little rogue here. All right, and then I'm going to pop this up onto the card. I have to admit that I'm a little late today because Nate and I decided that neither one of us felt like cooking tonight, and tomorrow is Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo. Oops, I forgot this is actually kind of centered here. There we go. So we decided to get margaritas today instead of tomorrow because it's very hard going to a Mexican restaurant on Cinco de Mayo because it's crazy. All right, so now we're going to take this scrap piece here and we're going to stamp this fern imagery using the old olive. And I'm just going to stamp that here. This is definitely not one of my typical type stamp sets. So, all right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to grab the fern die here, and then we can die cut it. Not that one. I want this one. I have my mini and my regular one, although actually I might need to cut this down because it's a little bigger than my mini can take. So let's just cut a piece off of that. It's only about a 3-inch base for the mini. Oops, somehow I got green ink on myself again, and I just spread it here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this through my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. All right. And we're gonna pop this out, and I'll get that out of the way. Put this away so I don't lose it. Okay. And then while I have the green out, we're going to just stamp the sentiment here. It says, "You're an amazing friend." Like so. Okay. And then I did cut those on an angle. I think the ink is coming from my ink pad from when I stuck my fingers in it. All right. So now we can actually kind of start building this. So I'm going to put a dimensional here at the top and then just a little bit of adhesive down here. And we're just going to tuck it kind of so that the stem is in line with that linen thread. All right, so we'll do that like so. And then here, we're going to pop this up. And actually, because I'm going to pop it up, and actually, you know what? I'm only going to do it on one. The other one I double popped, but I'm not going to on this one. It makes it really bulky. So we'll just attach it regular there. And then, come on, we'll just attach that here. And actually, I'm going to put it under the thread so that it doesn't pop off. There we go. And then we're going to take the dewdrop embellishments, and we will use our Take Your Pick tool. Maybe. There we go. And I'm just going to use the green color. And we'll put a couple of those in here. And let's put the other one. I'm going to tuck it over here. There. All right. And there is our finished sample. Now, like I said, I actually did it a little different on my original, and I don't know. I might like this one better. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you like the original, which is kind of more soft and subtle, or the one with a little pop with that pretty paper? I kind of think I like the pretty paper, but they're both cool. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for, right? Let me show you a few other samples. Since I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet, let me show you some other ones that I made. So this one's kind of a little fun fold. It has the flowers from the stamp set, and then I put the bold print on the inside. So we kind of zhuzhed that one up a little bit. And then I have this one, which has that little fiddlehead. I think that's what that's called. Kind of mimicking the one here. And then it just has the fern stamped lightly with the sincere thanks. And then I did the background here. So this one's got a lot going on, but I think it's simple enough that it actually works. There's enough white space here that I think that works. All right, and then this one, it's kind of funky. Like, look at these little flowers. So let me show you these dies. This is the dies, and I thought they were butterflies right here, but they're actually flowers. So when you put them together, you layer two together across each other, and then there's the little white centers to make the flowers. These are the centers here. So it took me a minute to figure that out, but I added a little vellum. I have some different fernery, I keep calling it fernery, greenery, and then the flowers as well. So this one's got quite a bit going on. I also used my Secret Sea ribbon. If you did the Cutest Crew card class to go, you get some of that. You got some of that ribbon in that kit. So you could use that with this color here. All right, and then the last one might be my favorite. I cut the butterfly out of the paper and then just used the Golden Glow pattern paper and the sentiment to kind of make a really, and of course the embossing folder, which is amazing, to make a really cool and simple card. So there you have it. This is the Moonlit Flora collection, which tell me in the comments below, yay or nay for you. What do you like? Do you like this one? Is this one that you might want to get for your own stash, or is it a pass? And then you can also, if you want to be really chatty, go ahead and tell me whether you like the A or the B card with the little pop. So I'd love to know which ones you like and whether or not you like this suite. So I will be back again tomorrow with some more goodies. Tomorrow we'll probably have a couple of videos, maybe, if I can get them done. But I have the new catalog walkthrough, which I'm going to try and do for you tomorrow as well. And then also the new sneak peek video for tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.